we got to talk about seeding. There's 2 games left. I believe I just saw that the Kings are in a position to kind of determine their first round matchup with their game against the Warriors,
There's
who
a
they
lot
want to
at
play,
stake.
basically.
Basically, yeah.
And it was either the Warriors or the Lakers, in a sense.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
Isn't it funny? They're kind of choosing the Warriors, the defending champs, potentially, over the Lakers. Because they play each other, Sacramento and the Warriors, on Friday. I think it's Friday. And so they'd rather face the defending champs than the Lakers.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. I'm going to guess so. Because where's Wiggins? You know, what's going on with him? Can you explain 9 and 30 on the road, please? I don't understand. I was on this team last year. I was like, they're going to win it all, months before they did. I'm not sure what's happened this year. I mean, it's just.
Despite being 9 and 30, though, they're so dominant at home that
I
they're
know.
the 5th seed.
Yeah, they're like 30 and 9
6th
at
or
home.
5th. Oh,
It's the
goodness.
strangest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I'm not a Warriors fan because, I mean, actually, I'd still be celebrating a championship from not that long ago. But what a strange year, Ding. What a strange year.
I mean, first I want to say kudos to the NBA for putting the system in. It has worked.
Right.
Yeah.
Eradicated tanking, which a few years ago we were like, how is this possibly going to stop? Because everybody wanted to tank. Everybody wanted just to look ahead and give away these games at the end. So they put in a system that's actually working. And even the teams that we all thought were going to tank all season are still in this mix.
Utah, OKC.
And the other flip side of that is it hasn't rendered the regular season meaningless, at least yet. I mean,
Yeah.
like if a 9 seed comes out and wins the championship, Lakers, you know, theoretically, I guess, could be like that type of team. But if that happens, then everybody might say like, oh, what a waste the regular season is. But so far, so good, I'd say. And so kudos on the whole system, I'd say.
Where do you guys think the Lakers will end up?
I think they're going to be 6. I honestly think they're going to be successfully. In my opinion, I think it's just one game. Well, they need one game to break the right way, the other way, if they win their 2 games. So I think they can make that happen.
I think they're 7. I think that loss to the Clippers, they didn't try as hard as the Clippers. Again, LeBron and AD did not play the entire second half, which I'm totally fine with. So I think that loss does knock them down from like a 5 or 6 to a 7. You know, bad news is you don't get that full week off potentially from a Sunday to a Sunday at the end of the regular season to the start of the first round of the playoffs if you're a 5 or a 6. But the good news is, okay, you play potentially Tuesday. If you win that game, you still get 4, maybe even 5 days between games. So it'll work out okay whether they're 6 or 7. I think they'd rather be 6, though. No doubt about that.
Just because you said it, you picked the Warriors last year. Who do you got this year?
Great question. Am I really back to the Bucks?
I mean, honestly, right now, how can you not be?
Yeah. I think the Bucks. Yeah, that's a great question, Allie. I haven't really thought that far ahead. I don't know. I'm intrigued by Phoenix. Like 4 of their starters to me are really good. Maybe 3 plus DeAndre Ayton, who's very good at what he does. He'll get you 15 and 10, 16 and 12 every night, whatever his numbers are. But can KD and CP3 stay healthy? I just don't know if I can believe that. If they stayed healthy, they could give Milwaukee some issues. Probably the Bucks.
Yeah, I have to agree. That's the one team that has been pretty dominant this season while not really trying that hard, honestly.
Except that 40-point loss to Boston last week. That was weird, right?
For sure. But overall, I'd say they haven't overextended guys that much. They've held certain guys out, Middleton, like they've saved guys, knowing what matters at the end, and yet they were excellent all season. And so the West, to me, is the more interesting thing because it's just so random, and the teams that some people like, some people hate, you know, and Phoenix, like you said, has the parts, but has a lot of reasons not to believe in them too. Even if Durant comes back and is as great as he can be, and he does fit that roster very well, there's no question. But even if that happens, I still have doubts about Ayton. I still have doubts about CP3, you know, being able to be really great in a long playoff run. So I think the door's open for a lot of teams in the West.